Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Rural Contractors. I'm your host, Paul Osmondson, and today's topic is stop digging. How many times do I just continue to dig a hole, keep digging? And what I'm really thinking about is when I first started my construction business, and I'm just going out and working. But what I really never did was I didn't think about what do I want long term. I just thought time is money. I was exchanging time for money, and I just kept going. And I kept doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. You know, I really had this belief that hard work pays off eventually. And we really live in a world where you can work really hard and it may never pay off for you. So really looking at that mindset, but where I was stuck was just go to work, make money, exchange time for money, go get the project done. And I had these list of these projects that I had to do, and I just continued moving forward. I just kept digging. And there's worse things to keep digging at. They're, using this topic and thinking about my body. So a lot of my trainings that I go through is body, being, balance, and business. In my body, what am I digging? How am I digging myself a hole? And sweet, if I have a goal of doing better with exercise, and if I have a goal of being healthy and wanting to run and play with my kids, am I working towards that, or am I digging a deeper hole for me to eventually dig myself out of? Because I love Snickers candy bars and I love Mountain Dew. So this stop digging, how many times do we think we can just work ourselves out of something, but we never take the time and think about what we want the outcome to be? A Bible story that I really like is Solomon, how Solomon wanted wisdom over riches and these things. And from a very young age, I wanted to be wise. I wanted to be able to hear knowledge and use it. But how many times do we just not stop digging? So kind of the key principles that I've been looking at is take the time to think, take the time to learn, and then take the time to implement it. How many times do we not stop digging? We just keep digging. We don't know where we're going, so we don't take the time to think, and then we also don't take the time to learn. But I've also went through this phase of just buying books, podcasts, all this stuff, and I'm just absorbing all of this information, but I'm not taking the time to implement it and to think about, is this something that I actually want to do to my business and moving forward in that direction? Going back to stop digging, how many times are you in a conversation with somebody? For me, it's with Lindsay, and I'm just digging myself a hole. What's the first thing that I need to do? I need to stop digging. Well, what did I not do? I didn't take the time before the conversation to think it through. And a lot of times I don't spend a lot of time learning about relationships, learning about her. And I very much don't take the time to implement these things. So this stop digging can apply to all areas of life. It can apply to your body. It can apply to your being. Like, your being is your connection with God, your connection, your thought process, and how you react to the world. And sometimes we don't think about how we react to these things. So stop digging applies to that as well. And balance is your relationships with other people, whether that's your spouse, your kids, extended family, all of that stuff is your balance. People in your lives, and then business, your business, whether that's your job, what you do for a living, whether you're self-employed. How many times do we not take the time to think, take the time to learn, and take the time to implement? I hope this episode was valuable, and we'll catch you on the next one.